Hey, Parliament participants! I'm going to be showing to you today how to write and reference a bill for Youth Parley. Now, you're probably all running around like headless chickens, like this little guy. Thinking, how do I write a bill? But don't freak out just yet. It may seem daunting, but bills for Youth Parley are only a couple pages long and follow a really simple structure, which I'll be teaching you today. Everything I'm going through today is up on your Google Docs account in a bill template, and my lovely friend Dania pops up. She's going to be saying examples from a sample bill, which is also on the Google Docs, so you can check it out. Easy! So on the page 1, the first thing is first, and that's the title. The title should be the aim of your bill. Then we have the brief. The brief is a short summary around 200 to 300 words about the aim of your bill. The brief should include what the issue is, why it's an issue, and how the bill will overcome this issue. Now, you may be thinking, that seems really hard to write. I don't know and I don't get it. But maybe you can write a sample brief and then go back at the end of your bill writing process and rewrite it. Because once you've finished writing your bill, you'll know what the bill is actually doing, and writing the how it will overcome this issue may be a lot easier. Then we move on to page 2. See, you've already done a page. Yay! So on part 1 we have clause 1, which is a purpose. All you have to do in this part is write, this bill shall be cited as, insert bill title here, bill. Wow, that's so easy! Clause 2 is the commencement clause. This should be the time when the bill should be put in place, theoretically after it's been passed. It's really important to think about the logical time it will take for a bill to be introduced logistically. Laws don't just pop up overnight, you know. So you can either say a year, a couple months, or you could put on a specific date, such as the 1st of January, 2 years after the bill is passed, or like this example.
This bill shall commence 6 months after it receives assent from the Youth Governor of Victoria.
Clause 3 is the interpretation. Basically, in this clause, you must define key terms that people reading your bill may not understand, and that may be ambiguous or need clarification. And you must remember, all of these terms have to be listed in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. Easy, right? And this is an example.
Appropriate number of psychologists shall mean 1 educational psychologist per 500 students. Ratio shall mean 1 to 500.
So we're ready on to part 2. And in part 2 we start with clause 4. Now clause 4 may be a bit tricky, but all you have to do is make an active statement summarising the purpose of your bill. So after clause 4, you get from about clause 5 to clause 12 to make your own clauses. You need to add extra clauses to make your bill more specific. And the more specific and detailed it is, the more easier it will be to debate. But when you're writing extra clauses, make sure you ask yourself, so what does this clause actually do? If you can't answer this question, maybe you should omit the clause altogether, because it doesn't really have a purpose. But so clauses just need to add specifics to your bill and outline what it exactly does. So easy. And here's an example of an extra clause you could put in.
Clause 9. Psychologists are to visit individual year levels at least twice a year to promote their services.
Did you get all that? Yeah, it's totally easy. It makes it so much easier, and I'm ready to start the bill writing process. However, there's a couple of things you need to remember. You need to order your extra clauses, so from 5 onwards, logically. So think about where they should go, and important clauses probably should be at the top end of that. Consider the legislation ready in place, and if you've done your research, woo, this should be really, really easy. In the bills, you write, money doesn't need to be an issue, so you don't need to be worrying about how expensive something is going to be. And in debate, your team that's refuting you can't debate on the cost of your bill, so you don't need to worry about So I'm just going to quickly tell you how you need to reference your bill. Now, you need to reference any quotes, statistics, or research you find, and this is specifically in the brief section. You'll need to insert your references as footnotes. Now, if you don't know how to do this, there's a really cool little tutorial on the Google Docs on the how to reference a bill document, so you should check that out. It's awesome. And you do need to reference in that silly, fancy way that your teachers all tell you and make you do. But don't worry, if you need to learn how, on the Google Docs as well, it shows you how to reference a whole list of things. I hope this has cleared things up for you. Woo! I so know what I'm doing. It's awesome. Let's go write a bill. And of course, remember, if you need any help, just ask one of your mentors. We're all here to help you. And we can't wait to meet you on camp. Woo!